If you're driving to Olympic National Park from the north, one of the easiest ways to get across the Olympic Peninsula is taking the Coupeville to Port Townsend Ferry. So today we are taking our car across and I'm going to show you exactly what the experience is like. We booked the 8:30 a.m. sailing in advance, including a vehicle reservation and our passenger fare. We arrived around 8 a.m., about 30 minutes before our scheduled sailing. There were barely any cars there and the attendant checked our reservation and directed us onto the holding lane. Since we arrived pretty early, we had some time to walk around the terminal. You can actually walk right up to the water here and the whole place was so quiet and peaceful. There were a few crows hanging around, and with the fog and the cool weather, it honestly felt really calm. And then we got the announcement. Our sailing was cancelled because of the fog. We were told that if the fog cleared, the next sailing could potentially go around 9:15. But 9:15 was cancelled too. They gave us the option to get a refund and leave or stay and wait for the next update. We ended up waiting until around 12:30. For our Olympic National Park road trip, this was a much more convenient option than driving around through the SeaTac area. But honestly, it wasn't that bad. I'd choose 4-hour waiting over 8-hour driving any day. Weather was actually beautiful, around 65 degrees, barely any wind. I walked around, had some snacks, and took a little nap in the car. And there were also restrooms at the terminal. By around 11 a.m., the parking lot was pretty full, although some people eventually decided to leave. And finally, we heard the announcement that the next boarding would be 12:30, and it was actually really cool watching all the cars drive onto the ferry. I'd never taken my car onto a ferry before, so the whole process was completely new to me. Once we were on, we headed upstairs. There was also a little food court area on board, so I decided to grab popcorn, but there was also other options. The sun came out, people were hanging out on the deck, taking pictures and enjoying the ride. After waiting for hours, it honestly felt pretty rewarding. The crossing itself was only about 30 minutes, and a few minutes before arrival, they announced that everyone with a vehicle needed to head back to their cars. If you're planning this route, definitely recommend reserving your vehicle ahead of time if you know when you want to travel. Just keep in mind that weather can still affect the sailing like it did for us. Reservations aren't required, but the ferry has a limited standby space, so without one, you may have to wait for a later sailing.